Hello, I'm Alyssa from D&E Crafts, and today I'm going to show you this diamond bracelet, but this time with beads. So you can either create a name bracelet if you have beads with letters, or I've used pony beads on this one here. So for this bracelet I'm going to use black and purple bands, and the bands that I use are from Loom. And the link for their website will be in the description of this video. And also today I'll be using these pony beads. Now these are UV colour changing beads, so hopefully we'll add a little bit of extra colour to the final bracelet. With the bands you'll need roughly 30 black bands and 30 purple bands to complete this bracelet. So let's get started. So if you've seen my video on the diamond bracelet, it's the same pattern, except from obviously this time we're adding the beads. So to start from the centre pin, using the black first, we're going to go out to the left hand side of the loom, and from the centre pin out to the right hand side of the pin, and from the left hand pin into the centre, and from the right hand pin into the centre. Okay, so also what we need to establish with this bracelet is how many diamonds there are going to be along the loom. So as we can see, obviously one has already been placed, so I'm just going to count down the loom to see how many diamonds we will fit on this one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's going to be 12 diamonds on this loom. We have 6 beads, so we're going to make sure that they are centered in the middle of this bracelet. So we'll have 3 diamonds either side before the beads get placed, but we will start from this end and we'll work the way down the loom. So obviously that when we link the bracelet, it will link without any issues. So to continue with this, we're going to go for the purple bands this time. So from the centre pin out to the left hand pin, and from the centre pin out to the right hand side, and then from the left hand side into the centre pin, and from the right hand side into the centre. And now when we're placing this black diamond, this will be the last one before we start adding beads. So again, it's the same process. It's quite important that we are following the same steps all the way through, so that when we come to looming the bands together, they link correctly. Okay, so we've placed our first 3 diamonds on the loom. This time again, we're just going to place purple bands in the same layout as before. But this time we're going to add a bead to this diamond. So we want to take 1 black band, so we want the opposite colour from the colour that you've just placed. And in order to put the bead into this diamond, you need to take 1 single black band and pinch it together. And then you need to put it through the centre of the pony bead. Okay, so it should look like that once you're finished. And then you can just place it on the loom. So each loop either side of the bead goes onto each pin. Okay, so as you can see, the bead sits quite nicely in the middle of the diamond. And now we're going to place 4 black bands. And then again we're going to take a purple band and place this through the centre of the pony bead. So again, pinch in the middle of the band and placing it through the pony bead just like that. Okay, so again, making sure on this one that we are pushing down the bands so that there is space at the top. As you can see there, there's a gap at the top of each pin, so that when we come to loop the bands, we are able to do so easily. So now for purple bands, it's also quite important to remember on this one that the bands that we are placing are in the same order, so that they're not overlapping or the bands aren't in the wrong places, because that means when we come to loop the bands that we'll have a few issues looping the correct bands there. Okay, so again we're taking a black band as the diamond is purple, and we're placing this through the pony bead and placing the pony bead on the centre of that diamond. So now for a black diamond, and again now a purple band we're going to place through the centre of the pony bead and place it into the centre of that black diamond. We only have 2 more beads to place. On the loom, so when it's done it should look quite good before we've looped it. Okay, so again now we need a black band because we've got a purple diamond, and just placing that through the centre of this pony bead. Before placing a black diamond. Lastly, for the last bead, take a purple band and place it through the middle of your pony bead and place it on the loom. Okay, so now we're just going to finish placing the last 3 diamonds onto the loom, and then we will start to loop the bands to create this diamond beaded bracelet. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3 diamonds without a bead, and then we have 6 diamonds with beads, and then we have 3 diamonds at the end. So at the end of the loom, on the last pin, we want to place a cap band. So this will be black as the diamond is purple. So we just take that band, put it onto the centre pin, pull it towards you, make a figure of 8 and place it back around the pin. Now take your hook and we can begin looping the bands. So we're just going to go inside that cap band and take the top purple band and place it out to the left hand side of the loom, and then go back inside that cap band and pull the second purple band up and over to the right hand side of the loom. Then just going inside the 2 purple bands, we need to take the bottom purple band and place it on the centre pin. And now going out to the left hand side and taking the purple band and bringing that into the centre. And we're going to do the same all the way up the loom, So grab the top black band and place it out to the left, and the remaining black band out to the right, and then just go inside them black bands and go to the center pin. Okay, so following the process on each side of the loom. As you can see, we are making a teardrop shape, and this will show you that we are looping the correct bands. So let's continue up the loom. This diamond is the last one before the beads. The beads get looped, so I'll show you how to go about that, as there is obviously an extra band on the center pin after this one for the remaining 6. Okay, so just following the same steps as the previous 2 diamonds, placing the last band on the center. Now it's quite important at this stage that we're going inside the 5 bands. So as you can see, we have the 4 purple bands, and then we have the band where the bead is placed in the middle of the diamond. We need to go inside and pull all 5 of them bands back and take the top black band and pull that up through the center. There's going to be quite a lot of tension on this pin, so be careful when you're looping this black band, because we wouldn't want it to snap. Just gently pull it up and over to the left hand side, and then we want to go inside all 5 of the bands again and pull up the second black band and take that out to the right hand side, and then again the black band under the right hand side and take that to the center. These 2 bands will be a little bit easier, as there's not a lot of tension on the outside pins, and take that and place that in the center. So now that you can see on this one, we have the bead is now secure in the middle of that diamond. So now we go inside these 5 bands. So we have 1 purple and 4 black, and take the top purple band and we go out to the left hand side of the loom, and now we want to go inside and take the bottom purple band and go out to the right hand side of the loom. Just going to check to make sure that we have looped all of the bands and that we have got the right ones there, which we have. So we can continue looping these bands. Okay, so we're just going to go inside and grab the black bands. This is where we have to be careful, because of the tension is quite a lot on these pins with the beads, as we've placed an extra band on there. So just making sure that these bands are good. Okay, so we have 3 more bands, 3 more beads to contend with, and then we have 3 last diamonds to loop before we've finished the looping stage of this bracelet. This can be quite tricky. Just need to be careful when we're pulling the black bands out, because they are quite tight inside them bands. So just gently put it out to the right hand side, and now we can Put the right bands into the centre. Now just going inside them bands and taking the top purple band. This one seems to be a little bit tricky. Putting it out to the left hand side. And again doing the same out to the right. This is the last diamond with a bead, so then the last three should be slightly easier. Okay. Two more diamonds left to loop, and then we can secure this band. I'll secure the top of the bracelet before removing it from the loom. Okay, so now we have completed the looping process, so just check to make sure that that is correct all the way down the loom, and if we check to the side that we haven't missed any bands, because the last thing we want is for the bracelet to come undone when we've done all the hard work. So now taking two purple bands and our hook, we're just going to secure the top of the bracelet. So we're going to place them through the hook through the 4 black bands and pull it out slightly. Place the 2 purple bands on the hook and then pull them through and place the bands back on the hook. And then we can grab our S-clip or C-clip and we can place them on the clip. This bit can be a little bit tricky sometimes. To make sure that we have all of the bands on there, which I didn't think we did. Let's just make sure that that one gets placed on to the S-clip. There we go. So at last the S-clip is now holding together our bracelet. So we're just going to take our hook and we're going to take off the 2 sides just by going inside and pulling over the top of the pins on each side. Just remember that on the centre pins there's quite a lot of pressure where we've added the beads in and there's extra bands. So this is why it's good to take some of that pressure off by doing the outside first. Okay, so we're just going to leave the cap band on the end and we're just going to go through the centre bands and just pull them up to the top of the pin. And then on the last one, you'll notice that it just springs off of the loom. And we just take off the last cap band. And then we have the diamond beaded bracelet, which now we can just connect together with the other side of the S-clip. And there we have it. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and like the video, and leave me a comment. Thank you. Bye bye.